We will now demonstrate tag filtering. To do this, we first turn continuous scanning back on using the lowercase k command. We see here we have 3 tags, and we will present one at a time to the reader. And you can see here on the screen, it prints out the ID of each tag. Now, if we want the reader to respond to only one of these IDs and ignore all the other IDs, that function is called tag filtering. To use tag filtering, we must first tell the tag reader which ID we want to target, and we do that with the T command. If we type a lowercase t, we can read that there is no ID that has been programmed into the reader, so it's all zeros. That means it's blank. So we want to tell the reader which ID we want to target, and we can do this with a capital T. So I type capital T, and now I will type in the ID that we want to target. So let's say we want to do this middle number right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I hit return and it returned back a capital T, which means the buffer was written successfully. Now if I type a lowercase t again, you see the ID has been successfully programmed into its target memory. Now to demonstrate tag filtering, we first have filtering turned off, and we can present each tag one at a time to the reader, and you could see that it's reading all the tags. Now to turn on tag filtering, we use the letter Q. Lowercase q return. This means that tag filtering is now turned on. Now if we repeat our test, we see that the tag reader is ignoring every tag except the tag that happens to match the ID. So this tag contains the matching ID, so as you can see, every time we bring it over the reader returns the ID of that particular tag. But the reader will not print out any information if any other tag is placed in front of it because the ID doesn't match. So this is a demonstration of tag filtering. In this next segment, we demonstrate how the RFID reader can print out an alternate output instead of the tag ID. First, we show normal operation. As we present the tag, we see the reader ID is printed on the screen. Now to turn on the alternate output, the serial command is the letter O. So we send the lowercase o to turn it on, like so. Now when we present the tag to the reader once again, we see that it still prints out data, but this time the data that is printed on the screen is not the tag ID, but it's rather the user memory of the tag. And in this particular case, it's printing out the first 4 blocks of user memory. The first block being 4 bytes of 1s, second block 2s, third block 3s, and the fourth block all number 4s. Now if we want to turn this function off and go back to the standard output, we send the capital letter O, like so. And now if we present the reader again, we see that each time the tag reads, it no longer prints the tag user memory, but rather the tag ID, as in normal operation.